So here are some non-traditional gift ideas that you can give someone when you don't know what to get them, or they have so much stuff that you still want to do some kind of a gift exchange. The first one, this is, well, I don't know how non-traditional it is, but I find it's really non-traditional because the person that you're giving the gift to doesn't actually get anything. But you can get a gift catalog. This one is from Compassion, and Samaritan Purse also does it. But what you can do is buy things for people who are in need. So like this one here, you can, for $40, you can buy chickens for a family. And it helps them, you know, grow their own food and even like have an income because they can sell the eggs. Alright, sorry. Goodness, if this video is kind of choppy, there's been like 50 million distractions while I'm trying to film this, so I have no idea. So I'm just going to start with this. You can purchase sewing workshop for $185 for someone to teach them how to sew so they can get a job, you know, sewing things and selling things like that. They just have all kinds of ideas in here. Obviously, you can sponsor a child. You can buy mosquito nets for $18. I think I saw something here for like $4. So like you don't necessarily have to spend a lot. You can spend a little bit, you can spend a lot. But what I've done before when I've done this is I will do something like this, and then I like to get like something that doesn't cost a lot, because obviously, you know, like I'm spending money on this. But what I did is I actually got a little ornament that was actually also handmade, and all the money went to the people. They were like ladies in Africa, and they made these ornaments, and then you could buy them and the money went to them because they made them. Anyway, so I bought like the little ornament, and I gave a little card, and I said, in honor of you, I bought this for, you know, so-and-so or whatever. And you could do the same thing. In honor of you, I decided to sponsor a child for a year, or, you know, you can be creative and then just give them a little token. Maybe you buy them a candy bar and put a little card with it if, you know, they like some type of a candy. And that's a good way to me to give somebody something that doesn't really need or even want anything, but yet you still want to have a gift exchange. It helps someone out, and you guys still get to have some fun with it. So that is one non-traditional idea. And again, that's Compassion International, and I know Samaritan's Purse also does that. I'm sure there's other organizations, but those are the only two that I have ever used. Another non-traditional gift you can give that's actually for the person you're giving it to are season passes. You can give them season passes to an amusement park nearby, the zoo, a museum, anywhere like that that sells season passes that you know they might like. For instance, we have a really nice aquarium near us, and this year we're going to get season passes for the aquarium for ourselves and our children. So that is something we're going to be doing, which will be really nice because that gives them a whole year of enjoyment. You can do things like, if you know they needed a cell phone, do maybe some kind of a year cell phone plan. If you do things like that though, or even Netflix, you could do like Netflix for a year. The thing is you want to make sure they realize, or that they don't have to put money into it. So like if you are going to give them Netflix or a cell phone for a year, you need to make sure you've paid for that entire year. And then, you know, let them know that you've purchased it for this entire year, and then either you yourself need to make sure you cancel it when that year's over, or renew it and pay for the next, or you can even be like, hey, did you guys want to renew that? If you want to, you can renew it and pay for it. You know, I mean, you can work that out with who they are and figure out what would work best for you, but don't sign them up for Netflix and then be like, by the way, we only paid for 1 month. You get to pay for the other 11. That's not really a gift, but you probably know that. So anyway, you can give things like that. Netflix, Hulu, and I've done this in the past, is magazines. Some people really, really love getting magazines. And what I did in the past was I went ahead and purchased one from the store, and then I subscribed to it for a whole year, and I gave my mother a magazine that I knew she really liked, and I gave her the actual magazine as a present, but you know, then I had a note in there saying that you also got a year subscription to this magazine, and so she got that magazine all year long. I've also done that before for my husband. I got him National Geographic, and we actually had that one for a couple years, and then I just canceled it because I felt like we weren't using them anymore. But that's something else, and honestly, a year subscription to a magazine is not really that much money at all. So it's kind of an inexpensive gift, but it's something that people don't tend to think to get themselves, and it's a little different than what your average gift would be. And then these people have probably thought of before. You can do restaurant, hotel, store gift cards, but maybe think of a unique restaurant or a unique hotel. And if you're going to do something like that, obviously, if you want to give them a $5 gift card to McDonald's, that's awesome. And I am sure they will love that. I know I would. But to be more creative, and if you had a little bit more you want to spend, buy them a bigger gift card so they could eat there several times. Or to a hotel that's really unique that you don't get to go to very often. Like here we have nearby called the Keeter Center, and they have beautiful rooms. Oh my goodness, they are beautiful. So if you live like nearby us, you could buy them a gift card to the Keeter Center. They could use it at the restaurant or in the hotel, and that's somewhere that they, especially if they're local, you wouldn't think to go, but if someone gave us a gift card, that would be pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. So, it could be somewhere local, but somewhere that they wouldn't think to normally pay for to go for themselves. And it's not an actual item that's like cluttering up their house. It's something they can go and enjoy, an experience. So yes, keep that in mind. Experiences. Look at maybe purchasing experiences for people. Another really non-traditional idea, or again, I don't know how non-traditional these all are, but unusual to me, is a vacation. You could take them on a vacation for the holidays, and it could be on that actual holidays or different. Give them something like a t-shirt and say, hey, we're taking you to here, or something like that. Or you don't even have to give them a t-shirt, you could just give them a note. But so that's another unusual thing you could do. You can do gas gift cards. Give them gas money for X amount of time. Try and figure out how much they would need in a certain amount of time. I already mentioned season passes, but for kids, you could even do things, or I guess you could for adults too, but you could do things like dance lessons for a year, karate classes for a year, art classes for a year, just, any kind of like class that they might be interested in that you wouldn't normally think to spend that money on, but use that as a gift instead, and you'd free up some money. Or if you're a grandparent, that's something you could give them instead of just another toy. Swimming classes, a membership to the local gym, all kinds of things like that. So just, be creative. So I think that's kind of all I can think of at the moment. I hope that gave you some ideas. Be sure to check into Compassion and Samaritan's Purse if you liked that idea. I am sure those organizations would love for you to help them help these children. And just think about the person you're giving it to, and think about something they could need or somewhere they'd really like to go, and see what you can do for that. Just be creative and look at what's around you. Get creative. Don't feel like you just have to go buy another sweater or another toy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped you come up with some ideas. If you have some great ideas that I didn't mention, comment below. I would love to see them, and I'm sure other people watching this would like to see what your ideas are. It's great to, throw all our ideas out there and we learn new things and go, oh, I hadn't thought of that one. That's awesome. I'm going to do that. So yes, thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, depending on when you're watching this, and I will see you all later. Bye.